welcome back to the program East or the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. We are focusing our attention on issue of politics ahead of 2027 elections, as well as the governance issue all across the country, even here in Abia State. My guest is a public affairs analyst, a veteran journalist, and former secretary to Abia State government, Chief Rafi Ibu. He joins me live here in the studio for the very first time. Chief, good morning. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You rarely come to the studio.
I'm happy. I have to report you to our people. Gudika, my old friend, had to virtually, I don't know whether there's the word he used, rendition.
Rendition.
He captured me from Okwa and decided to bring me here, but I'm happy.
Okay.
Here is my home. I want to say I'm happy to reunite back with my people here and then listeners. Happy New Year.
All right. Thank you so much. Welcome. Now let's start. Maybe we should just start from the national level, looking at what is playing out. I'm sure you've been seeing the alignment, Northern Alliance, against the president ahead of 2027 election. There's this kind of opposition that the president appears to be facing from the Northern axis, where some people, starting from El-Rufai, Alain Dume, Bauchi State Governor, so many people, even Atiku, all of them ganging up against the president, saying, no way, you won't get back to Aso Rock in 2027 because some of your policies have been anti-North, and we've been calling your attention to that, but it appears that the president has not been listening to them. Now, we are just looking at what does this kind of opposition, portend for the president ahead of 2027? Do you see the president getting back to that seat?
I think we have come to the moment where in this nation we'll begin to call a spade by its rename, a spade. The problem of Nigeria is that good men have kept so much quiet that I will be a little hard, charlatans. Guys who like to play on their father's graves, take over public hallowed places and then begin to direct us on the path of trouble. Part of instability we have had in this country today comes from some of the characters we have mentioned. Atiku has moved. He has done his own part at the time with Yar'Adua and so on. But his latest politics I have not been at home with. When it was the turn of Southerners so that we can have peace. Mind you that the Northerners talk more. They make a sing song of national unity is non-negotiable. But when it comes to the nitty-gritty of ensuring things that can make for national unity, they begin to play to the gallery. Atiku is a good politician, give him that. A fine strategist, give him that. He had made sacrifices in the past for Nigeria, give him that. But some of his judgments, when it matters most, appears worrisome. When it was time, he ought to have given way for a Southern presidency. He still came on the arena. And we know he has a war chest. Everybody who knew that time will know that he was bound to take, because the People's Democratic Party, he was bound to get the ticket. He has money. He has the reach. To an extent, he had some inputs into the foundation of People's Democratic Party. And suddenly we began to hear what the party says, A lot of us have been asking, when would Nigeria streamline things? Why is it that we don't streamline, put in the constitution instead of saying North and South? Why don't you say 7 zonal structures? Put it in our rule books, not convention, that for the next 30, 40 years, this thing will go on. So that we put an end to people pissing on their father's grave and calling it politics. El-Rufai in Kaduna, the current democratic dispensation. I don't want to talk about how he has been moving from one master to the other. That is his personal business. But let's talk about bringing unity and sanity and institutionalizing democracy in Nigeria. What is his own contribution? When in Kaduna during his time, the last 8 years became hellish for people of Southern Kaduna, dominated mainly by a Christian population. Every day was that. Suddenly there is a new man he put there, and the man says, I'm a man of peace. Even yesterday, the man gathered Shehu Sani and former governors and so on, and then push them, say, I want to unite. But look at what he did. Every day, Southern Kaduna became a killing field. And when he was going, he was gleefully telling Nigerians that Kaduna is a Muslim state. That arrangement of one Christian and one Muslim as deputy and will never hold. I've never seen him make a case for Southern Kaduna people say you can be governor. When Yakova by accident became governor, the seat became too hot for him. And when he died in that controversial circumstance, hands and tongues were wagging, saying that it's because. See, so it's time. Who again is talking? Baba
Bala Mohammed, your party man.
Bala Mohammed, if you know, I know him too well.
He is the leader of your government.
I agree, but his own, you can make a case. He's a PDP man. Okay, you can say okay, but again, they are all part of the mess. PDP is in trouble today. Why? Because if they have given it to perhaps Obi and give him a good backing, maybe it's possible. If you look at the aggregation of votes,
Obi ran away. He didn't stay.
You don't stay when the handwriting is on is clear. You can see the gang up. Let's change the executive. They went and brought Atiku's man. What is the former chairman that was professor something that was removed unceremoniously? Immediately I saw it, I said the trouble has started. Is people not doing the right thing? And then when you put it, that part of the growth of Wike, when you look at the foundation, yes, he may have overreached his luck. But if you look at the foundation, how do you start? And then it was the turn. There is this gentleman agreement and convention. So what am I saying? It is time Northern leaders called some of their men, because I don't believe it's all of them. It's time they begin to call them to order. It's time they begin to take concrete actions to show that the unity of Nigeria should not come into question, if already has not come. Because for people like me, look at the attitude as well. I have said it and I maintain it, whether even at my own cost, that Nigeria should be renegotiated. I am not saying that Nigeria is not good, but the terms of staying together must be renegotiated and the vision made very clear. So all this talk coming there, harassing, in fact, it's time they should stop it. If it were an Igbo now saying not, the other SGA, what is his name now? From Middlebelt. Babachela, well, even joined. He's not talking of not. If any other person has spoken, it is Igbo or nothing. They say secession.
Babache has never supported Tinubu, even from 2023.
No, he wouldn't have supported. His expectations that Tinubu raised him. I hope you know the history. Tinubu raised Babache as part of his war chest in the north, and that is why Tinubu is not talking to most of them, because he knows them. He knows that playing to the gallery may not even be to their own advantage. I wish they would provoke the Yorubas, because I listened to Professor Killer yesterday and this morning on Rise before I came here, and he was saying when a group of people make it a habit to begin to raise ethnic and religious agitations surrounding democracy in Nigeria, so they should also realize that some of the people playing progressive politics may be pushed. You understand?
Yeah.
To also take a fallback. So let them provoke the Yorubas. Now maybe that negotiation some of us cry for.
But Chief, let us look at the issues, because most of the agitation stems from the fact that they believe that the present administration under President Bola Tinubu has not done well in terms of policies. Everybody is crying about hunger, economic hardship, and all that. So they believe that if they can come together, they would, after the president. Take, for instance, they are talking about coalition of major political parties. Could that be a solution?
No, let's address that issue. I was talking to myself this morning, and I said the analyzing the tenor of President Tinubu ought to be one that should be done with plenty of objectivity. I'm not going to defend him, but whoever would transform this nation, okay, must be very factual. It must tell the people, forget what we're saying. There will be a period of deep suffering. We are not producing. The agricultural platform is not there for you. So that is the truth. Now, did Tinubu meet a bad economy? Yes. To a point that even the oil that is the mainstay has been sold in advanced. Plenty of loans here and there. By the time he came, they have removed, technically, it wasn't even him that removed oil subsidy. Those are the truths. I'm not a member of their party. But democracy is not about telling lies because you have partisan interest. No. They have sold the oil in advance. For income, ending of income and payment of salaries would have become a big issue. So whether there will be a period, if it will be outcome, there will be a period of what do you call it? Excruciating.
I think Obi is part of the coalition because they are still talking about.
No, I will address the coalition, but I want to say that the northern point, they don't have a point. When we would have started this issue and agitation would have been, they have been there from even in more recent years. Have lived the army that took us to a bit to the brink. Yaradua, then Buhari, all of 8 years. Between Buhari and now, which one was more dangerous? Why did they lose their voices? And if any other person, that is where I'm coming, and that is why I'm critical. If any other person have been reacting the way they are reacting and said they've killed Igbo youths, they marginalized Igbo, they have made their Igbo inhabitable, and Nigeria, they would have said you are ethnic, what do they call it? Ethnic one, or how did they call that?
Bigot.
Tribal, bigot. Speak that English, bigotry. Yeah, tribal, you are very tribalistic. But now that Baba Cho is talking, now that the Bauchi governor is talking, now that what is the other one that failed woefully, the man that defected when he was critical, Tambuwa.
Okay.
Tambuwa is also giving us lesson on how to be productive. What was his result in Sokoto State? So when people should not hit up this country, I am not saying maybe there would have been other ways to effect what they call it, subsidy removal. That is just, but whether we will undergo serious transformation to get Nigeria back, we've lost it. Making a turn around in a narrow express is not easy.
So coalition will not solve any problem. Is that what it is?
Coalition for what? What is the dream?
Political coalition.
Where is it?
For 2027.
That is what I'm saying.
They are coming together. Even Yobi is also part of it.
That is what I'm saying. It will have been idea, but what are they telling us? What alternative ideas? Because I know you will also ask about political parties as well. These are the problems. What are they? When these people came, they had a contraction. ABGA was there. AMPP was there. CBC was there. ACN. It was former AC and
new PDP was also part of it.
New PDP again. The governors, everybody junketed, and then they wanted to run on ambition, not vision. So what did we have? What did they tell us? They spoke of restructuring. Did you hear it? They have spoken about productive economy. Have you seen it? So coalition again to do what? We want to take power. Take power for what? I have always told people that ideas will speak louder than even coalition. If all of them have sat down to say, okay, Nigeria is bad, Nigeria unity, we will do a national conference immediately to know and so on. Quickly, we demand the release of Nnamdi Kanu so that Igbo people can be happy and have a sense of belonging. That is how to go. Let's see vision. You talk of mechanized agriculture, how to improve the agriculture. So what are they talking? We are talking that the article will now be going to visit Obasanjo, the same man that was there for, I didn't say go away, it's democratic right. But what I'm saying, what are the new visions you are bringing on table? Who are the new men on block? Who are the new men on block? Must it be 5 of them? What about all these young men that can't they go and bring people who they may not have money but they have ideas? People like Addition of World Bank. I know a lot of Igbos, the guy now handling African, what is that, Chinkel or something from Central Bank. Why can't they go part to Tommy? Why can't they go and look for vibrant, nice digital guys that can give them a little push? So when they talk coalition looks too simple and superficial. Wanting to go around compassing the mountain like we have been doing. I'm not too excited. Another alternative to further drag us into the dungeon.
Okay, so let's talk a bit of issue of governance. Just last week, everywhere was agog with that issue of visa denial of our military men and all that. The CDS, the visa application was rejected by Canada and all that. So that particular, everybody was just firing from every angle. Matawale, Minister State for Defense, so fired. Minister for Interior, fired. NSA also fired. Everybody was just saying, oh, they can go to hell and all that. Where are we getting it wrong at this point?
Your reaction, pattern of reaction shows where you are getting it wrong. There is what is called in administration, those who do public administration, they will tell you there is what is called organization. Organization is an act. So even in the pattern of the reaction to the visa refusal, you will see the confusion dotting the land. There is no vision, there is no pattern to doing things. Now, if a foreign office refuses top Nigerian officials visa, whose responsibility is it to query them? Is it the national security advisor? In places where organization is in place, you will not even know who is the security advisor. I am the one telling you. You won't hear him. You will see, you see them in a party, see them in political meetings, national security advisor. He should be somewhere in one small room, picking with modern gadgets, picking information from my local government, assessing it, and strategically with statistics, putting it together and knowing how to advise the president and the military chiefs. But at your own is issuing political statement, attending every seminar in the world. Okay? Now,
he's a politician. What do you
then you remove him there. Let's do professional things. That's what I'm saying. You lack organization. And you're talking of what did you call it? Collision. I didn't say it's bad. It's important to gather to want to seek power, but let it be on a higher ground this time. We have suffered. Bible will say you have encompassed this mountain around enough. A journey of 40 days becomes 40 years. We should be ashamed and worried. That's what I'm saying. Was it for Ribadu to react and say, go to hell? That's a street language. I want to be charitable. Gutter language, if I don't want to be. At that height, you are telling a fellow country, you can go to hell. What is even your status? Because there are things that make a nation wealth.
Nigeria is wealthy.
Which wealth? Where is it? Why are you saying suffering now? You are talking of suffering. So it must be wealthy, such that it spills over. Where is your army? Where is your security? Where is your military might? That is why Russia can go and then take off Ukraine, take the much it can, and then start, and everybody is begging. So before you wake up and in diplomatic language and you say go to hell, we must know where we stand. That is not the language. It would have been the duty of the Minister of Information to say it's unfortunate that this happened, but we take exception to the maltreatment of our high officers. We will find out what actually happened. More decent. But to say go to hell. Okay, what were your army chief of staff? How many times have you had army chief of staff?
Well, that was a slap on Nigeria. I mean,
whether it's a slap,
do you expect that?
Don't put yourself. In fact, the people stop short of telling you that thing. Where are they going to? Have you ever asked that question? Where chief of staff, chief of defense staff of a nation? You are not serious here, my brother. Who will see you? How many times have you seen even Arabs doing? How many times have you seen their chief of staff? Chief of staff going for one club doing veteranalism in Canada. Listen, Alain Dume for the first time spoke on. I don't support Alain Dume. He is part of the problem. But I forgot to mention his name. But he made a statement yesterday that I like. He said, a man who wants respect must first respect himself. I can't want respect and I am wallowing in gutter. Then wherein lies the dignity? I've asked you, what will the defense chief carrying other generals to do? What is the organization celebrating veterans in a country virtually at war? I mean, it's time we become a bit serious now. This theory respect is end. Respect is end. You work for it.
Are you saying they wouldn't have turned down visa application of a defense chief from US or probably South Africa and all that?
And I'm saying they won't even come unless it's extremely. You will see why. And I'm asking you, what were they going for? In fact, if you ask me, they will say I'm too radical enough, but I'm thanking the Canadian people for teaching us a very useful lesson. Stay in your country and work. What were they going for? I have asked you. Did the United Nations call him to come and give statistics? Even then, there are things they call you, say I have a capable Secretary of Administration. Even then, which organization was holding veterinary in Canada? The veterinarians here are suffering. I mean, let's be serious. So if you want to develop, if truly we want to develop, I see everybody. We like this hysteria because everybody wants. If you have opportunity in a scholarship, you want to run. Everybody, we must develop this place. I'm telling you, east or west, home is the best. Anybody who told Nigerians or Africans that what Trump is doing in America would happen, they will say no. But I saw it coming. Because when all of you flood to develop setting and more than half go there to constitute street nuisance, they want you. But there is a number they want to service their farmlands, service their public toilets, service their mortuaries, service their... But there's a limit to chicanery. There's a limit to what they want. Now everybody is flooded. I know it will come to... Immigration is not an issue in the West as well. Now, some of you who say these things, everybody, Nigeria is over. It's better to go there and wash plate since you earn in dollar. I said, cheap. The same thing we said in slave trade. Our people ran away there. They say it didn't matter and so on. Yeah, it matters. Now they put you, some of you don't watch it. You will see it on this. I've been busy since last night posting what they are going through. As they are talking now, they catch them, put them chains on there, take them to Guantanamo Bay. I mean, sometimes this is not about radicalism, but when I see all this thing, because some of us like this, they say the black man, you go to the airport, you wear chieftaincy as I'm wearing, do everything, police won't respect you. The security people won't respect you. How do they respect you? That your chief of defense will be going on one club doing vegetarian, chief of defense staff. I beg now.
All right. If you're just joining us, this is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. My guest this morning is Chief Ralph Ebu, former secretary to the state government and also a public affairs analyst. Let's take a breather now. When we come back, the show continues. All right, so welcome back to the program. It's still the platform here on Flow 94.9 FM, and our focus is on politics and also governance ahead of 2027. And my guest is Chief Ralph Ebu, former secretary to the state government and also a journalist and public affairs analyst. Welcome back to the program.
Very important. We should emphasize it.
It's good. Now, another issue that is bugging, should worry everybody, should be the issue of leadership recruitment in the country.
That's right.
And when you talk about leadership recruitment, it has to do with the electoral process. From the lapses we saw, the last 2023 election, up to this moment, nobody is talking about electoral reforms and all that. And yeah, you are. You said a whole lot about to get it right and all that. But nobody is talking because you need people in strategic places, in leadership positions to get these things working. But the recruitment process is another thing. And nobody is talking about it 2 years ahead of the next election. Does it not worry you?
No, it worries me. I wish you read me in Sunday Sun. I've handled that issue on two occasions. When everybody was now saying, Obi said made a allusion he could run again in 2027. I said, okay, he had a very credible race in 2023. But why don't you, immediately the elections ended, begin the first move for opposition should not be, coalition on the ground. Politics can go on all the time. So says there is no distraction. In a democracy, the people are central. So people will always be making moves because you want power. Power is the platform on which you can do anything. But I said that the first matter that should be on the agenda should be electoral reforms. You went to an INEC when it came to the presidential election where it mattered more. And all of them, from what I was reading, agreed that results will be electronically transmitted and displayed. I was happy. That is what happens in Ghana. It is happening in low-level Senegal. South Africa has gone far that. To an extent, even Kenya. You can accuse them of everything, tribal politics and so on. Odinga and the Raula people are now Ruto. But you will see that to an extent, the electoral system is sound. So the man who piloted the glitch, okay, and other things we saw, inadequate distribution of voters' card, allowing people to beat up people and go score free and so on. He's still on seat. And we have even seen occasions where the ruling party put some of their men, very partisan into the electoral system. So I thought that the first thing they ought to have done 2 years back, that is immediately after the election, would have been to demand for overhauling of the electoral system. They will know, being in the field, they will know some of the nitty-gritties that ought to do. By now, Mahmoud, I think that is his name,
Yes, Professor
Mahmoud ought to have gone, and the key officers. And then we look for a better way to get people there, and then say this time what exactly, what doing what are the things missing in the electoral law, what are the things in light of our experiences that can be changed. And by now we ought to have put that in place. Technology should be part, but that's not what they are talking. They still want to, like you said, that's why I said, what is the force driving alliances? Is it just alliances and then you guys still meet your Waterloo? So when you talk of those are issues, including party. None of the party now presently constituted can offer what you call credible leadership recruitment process. Not even the ruling party, because the way Ganduje came and so on is still very, very controversial with them. It's not something that is growing from the bottom top. It's a source of trouble, because when you analyze it critically for some of us who play, it means that the power machinery in that party is still in the hands of a small clique. And that is why you see Tinubu will not talk to anybody. Because it is either El-Rufai goes to form a new party with his group of, as far as I'm concerned, noise maker, put it that way. That is why he's not talking to them, because they don't have foundation. As we are talking today, they are outside the party system. And then the party structure, which ought not to be, is in the hands of the president and a small group. Now, if you come to PDP too, you can see even what they are doing will not even encourage you to go and run. And that is the aim of whoever wants to destroy the party. Keep them disunited, make it uninteresting for anybody and so. And they are virtually succeeded. By the time I looked yesterday in church, they told me next Sunday is Thanksgiving Day. I screamed. I said, February is gone. Before you know, we're in April, Easter, rainy season. So 2026 is here, which is actually the kickoff year. So the parties are not in place. Obi has lost as it is a Labour Party, as we are talking. Unfortunately, it wasn't his own. And that is also politics is playing, wanting to play on the periphery. If he's going into alliance with who? Okay? Who are his foot soldiers? I am one of those. It's just that he's an Igbo man. I refuse to talk publicly. But then, whenever I see him moving, when he goes down the Chalongo, can't he see a difference with Atiku? Atiku went to meet, what is it called? Obasanjo.
Okay.
He went to meet Obasanjo. Didn't you see that team that will show you a pan-Nigeria or people that can make things happen? That is politics. So I don't know. Either you move. This is not a schoolboy game. Only you move to this and then some of us begin to
don't you think he's just trying to connect with the real people on ground? I mean, he has actually visited Obasanjo, he visited IDB, but though he did that alone. But I think he's concentrating more on how to reach out to the people who will do the real job. I mean, the voters themselves. That's why you see him going to...
I am not here to teach you elementary politics. Politics anywhere, even in America. If you watch what Trump, he has money, it took him time to build some of his boys. You must have a vanguard. You can't be everywhere. And people want to see. If I'm looking as a politician, I can sit in my house and tell you what you can do. I don't want to analyze him here. I like what he's doing, but I am saying, like Kenneth will also say, that it can be improved. I don't want to talk about him in public. Otherwise, I would have told you in strength. And I think people know. And whether he will reproduce that strength again is also debatable. So politics must have anywhere, even in America, Macron, it must have a face. When you look at what the armada you see behind, you say whether.
But you just talked about replicating the same thing, coalition, trying to. Maybe he's trying to do something.
I am teaching him. I am saying coalition with that's
maybe he's bringing a thing to it.
Alliance where you see which one do you know?
Going alone. I mean, so that you don't go with the same people that he said.
No.
Corrupt and all.
No. There's so much fresh quality out there. You use people like Pat. You can increase it, Falana and all that. Increase them. Visibility is also power. It's not something that I teach here. Maybe I'm giving free consult. Visibility is very important, especially in our kind of environment. People want to see their own. You understand? Those small gestures matter. I teach it to people in leadership. I said people want to see certain people, whether of the old or whether you want to be throw away old forces. Some people say that sometimes it's not as easy. Some people say it's too old. I don't use that language because in democracy, you have your right till you die. As long as you are strong and you think you carry, it's about influence. If you carry some influence, why not? If you say you're a youth and you're in my constituency, we fight it. If you defeat me, I go and rest. If I muzzle you, you go and rest too. That is politics.
Now, let's talk about PDP in Abia State. Chief,
yes.
That's your party, the
Yes.
People's Democratic Party.
That is my
What's going on in your party? It appears that, after the defeat of 2023, you said you were building, you were reconciling and all that. Suddenly, one of you got suspended by the state working committee of your party. What's going on? Are we seeing the implosion of PDP in the state?
Well, I would think that a party that lost should build this step. But that development, if you ask me, is very unfortunate. You cannot, I like lawyers, I'm still asking them that their language. They say probate and reprobate or something. I keep asking them, that. I say in ordinary language, I just think it's going forward and going maybe 5 steps backward. And that's what has just happened. Trying to import a strenuous grievances. My father used to tell me one thing before he died. He said, don't make another man's enemy your enemy. Abia has been peaceful. We should be able to stay here and do our things and then decide in the last minute. I understand that people can work for people, but we shouldn't reach to the extent that we can introduce a disorder that may lead to tension and violence in our state. One of the things we pride about Abia is the peaceful nature of this state, and it should continue. Those doing that should retrain themselves. It's not the right thing at this right time. I must be very frank to you. PDP has offered some degree of opposition. Whether you like it or not, the ruling party has been kept on its toe for the good of everyone. They don't do completely on pension. PDP will be shouting, whether they made mistake or not. That is not, if we don't live on our mistakes. People can correct themselves based on hindsight. But now coming to when you begin internal warfare, that is very, very unnecessary. Then you want to, whether that kind of action would move PDP back. I don't hesitate to say yes, because you are now polarizing the party at a very bad time. Like I told you, I said an aggregation of people you see and how peaceful they are will make it interesting for those who want to come in and build. PDP remains strong. I have said that they have structures. When you fail elections, especially the way they did, there will be a little shock therapy that goes into, I don't know what is a therapy now, but there's a shock wave that will hit the system.
Is this still hitting them up to this one? This is 2 years. And you should be preparing for the next election.
Well, we are preparing, but you have seen the hand of what do you call it, monkey in soup.
So who is the owner of that hand? I mean, where is it coming from? Is it external force?
We have to go to Anambra. I think, what is that, the yellow man is still there for fight.
Because so many people are pointing accusing finger to, the presidency.
Yes.
And probably the
I don't know whether the presidency, but I told them, I said, importing people's problem into this, I don't think is what we need now. We need peace and plenty of love.
And you are having issues at the
And then I don't support Ndi Igbo disgracing their stars. I don't want to tell you what I did for you at the time. I didn't need it. I keep a call, and when there was a time, is it one of 4 delay was harassing him and so. I drove myself with about 3 of my friends. They are alive here, and I said, let's go and find out actually what is going on. And when I found out what is going on, I offered my advices and then got my colleagues to write columns and so let's pursue this perspective. I don't want him. He was looking promising, and today you can see these are things we did behind. He knows. So, a man of the status of a BOT chairman, former Senate president, I think he deserves some plenty of respect, especially when he's our son.
Yeah.
And this war, there is not. What is happening is not about some Abia. It's a national thing. And every man of good conscience that loves PDP should encourage him because he has come in to make sacrifice at a critical time.
They say he played anti-party.
What is
anti-party?
What is anti-party?
The governor.
Talking. What is wrong with? I am the one saying that the governor is doing. Am I not PDP?
Okay, the governor is doing well.
Some areas he's doing well. He has also but the critical areas that I can clap. Is opposition politics? Does opposition politics mean no development? I don't think that is what it means. Politics means transformation, positive transformation.
When you say the governor is doing well in some areas, you didn't come out to say, okay, you're endorsing him for a second term. That was the allegation they
How many years ago?
Against
let's begin the suspicion from even some of those who supported another presidential for whatever reason. I mean, it's not everything said in politics that you take to the market. You understand what I'm saying? You can. What is endorse? How many years did you? 6 months into an administration. He could have been happy. Is his friend? Supposedly it was a jocular assessment. It's not so. What you do, you keep watching this. We're in politics. People must mingle. People must interact. It's not a do or die affair. After all, I came here and I said you forcefully brought me to the studio. Is that exactly the intention? So in politics, so many things go right. The man visited him. He was doing birthday or something and so on. And I said, "Thank you for coming. You look so good." Yeah, is that political act? I mean, it's time we become serious. You know why what is happening is happening.
I don't know. I'm not a member of your party.
Yeah.
So tell us. Maybe you can tell us. I'm not a member of your party.
No, but the external influence must be cut off. I have told them. They called me and I told them. I said, listen, everybody there is my friend, including those senior to me. But I mean, in terms of positioning, not be necessarily age. But I say we must leave external people to fight their battles. Let me stop by that and be a little diplomatic at this point. Everybody knows what is going on. And when they will work, it's filling out. They won't work. Tell them I said so. It won't work. You should not know.
So are you saying that the suspension won't stand?
Very soon you will see him appear on that meeting and he will supervise.
Because we understand that the national is still pushing that he should go on suspension.
Who?
I mean, former Senate president.
Who is pushing now? National Working Committee. Whether some people will saying who is publicity secretary is a member of nationalism. When he puts the statement and they put themselves duly signed. Nobody has sat again to say it's not true. And I don't think it's.
And what's the process of suspending a member in your party? Is it not from bottom to top? I mean, from the ward and all that. But this one, we saw the state working committee.
That is what I have told you now. I don't want to go into confrontation with anybody. And I say when the external hand came, everybody was in a haste. And it's an action that won't stand. Because we need peace here. It's not about one border. It is about organization. Opposition is good for every system. We've got to have an organized opposition, talking positively, helping whoever is in power to create peace and progress. That is where I stand.
Yeah. Well, I know that you're a politician and you are beginning to speak like one. I was expecting you to be more direct, to say, call the speech by its name. If there are external forces, tell us the name.
I don't know. I'm not remember, but I've told you the much you should know. And I was very.
Because those external forces, they should have names. They won't. By the time you call them by their names,
they won't have a
tell us, leave this place.
They don't have a place in Abia.
Okay.
Take it from me. They don't have a place.
All right, it's time for us to open the phone lines. You can actually be part of this discussion by calling 08081826949 or 0811-605-2949. You can also drop your SMS on 090-651-08289. This is the platform, the pinnacle for all discussion. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ginika.
Thank you so much. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. My honorable sir.
Happy New Year.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. God bless you.
Mr. Chijoke from Bende Road, sir.
Okay, Chi.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I just want to thank you for standing on the truth, for speaking like a man who always read Bible. You have spoken like a man who has conscience, who is not all about, who does not rely all about its selfish interest. You have spoken like a statesman, like a man who wants the people to continue to see good things. So for me, I have said this repeatedly, that what we are praying for is the goodness of Adians, the moving forward of Adians. We do not want to. For me personally, I don't want to continue to talk about party. I want Adians to see this governance as something God has given us as a kind of to manage our people. When you have opportunity as a leader, whether governor or House of Assembly member or representative, House of
wrap up.
or whatever,
Okay.
see that opportunity as an opportunity to serve your people. So for me,
Thank you.
what PDP is doing with Ahmad Abraham is not good. And I know it's Wike. Let me just say it openly. Wike
Okay.
is trying to hit him. It's not. They're supposed to start from his word. They have not
Thank you.
done anything.
Thank you so much, Chijoke, for your contribution.
You've had
Is he a member of your party?
I'm asking you.
It could be speculation. I was expecting you, who is a member of that party,
thought
to
you
tell
were-
us what's going on.
I thought you were looking for a name.
All right. Hello. Good morning.
Remain
Thank you so much. Excellent. Welcome.
remain stable.
Thank you.
Excellent. When God wants to bless the righteous, He will frustrate the wicked. It cannot be a ladder and be a cloud at the same time. Not to pray for life and pray for death. What am I trying to say? What people were, you see, be kind to people on your way up, because you must see them on your way down. Now, can a pastor suspend a bishop? That's the thing. He cannot suspend a bishop. So what are we saying? That's what they did when they were power. People died on their. See, those people that died, the candidates, you see that their families are happy with PDP. That's why I don't like to hear PDP. I'm telling you, because it's a cattle animal thing. You don't catch snail at all. Snail is not among animals of God. PDP. That is why you see them. They form their positions.
Excellent.
So what do I say is that? The PDP. No, if you see someone that you will not see him again. You don't see the person you love.
Okay. Thank you so much. Excellent for your contribution there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Geneka.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Pastor Afribu.
Yes, happy new year to you.
Who say man no is the name I'm calling from? God bless you, sir.
You too.
Mr. Geneka, our guest has spoken well. You know, in politics, a lot of things comes to play, and it's just a matter of interest. Unfortunately, Adam Abraham, who was doing well for his party, PDP, decided to allow this kind of thing to happen through him. It's very, very unfortunate. In as much as it was last time I asked them, this thing that the case that they are bringing up today, they said it happens in 2023 October, and since then they decided not to do anything about it. Now, is it now because board of their trustee chairman has sanctioned the other guy of Imo State that contested, that was supposed to resign, and he's claiming Sam Daddy, because he's not siding him, and his wicked group decided to do whatever thing they want to put confusion in the state that they are trying to survive. A state that Ahmed Abraham and co are trying to put the work of opposition in right direction. It's very, very unfortunate. But in my closing submission to these things is that when you are appraising the governor of what he has done, nobody hears the governor. But these people that are applauding board of trustee chairman, tomorrow if they talk against the policies of the governor, Alex Roach is not getting it right. Let them not be seen as enemies of Ndabia, because when Dr. Alex Roach was in opposition, he criticized government of last administration, Dr. Kezi Faso, constructively until he got this as a governor. They should be seeing people criticizing his policies, like telling him to pay, don't fulfill the gratuities of these pensioners that put their...
Okay, thank you so much, Hussein Anode, for your contribution. I think we should just be brief in our submission so that other people can actually make their own contribution. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Welcome.
Stella from Umahia.
Welcome, Stella.
I really want to thank Steve. He knows it all. And I think our people should go and learn from him. So thank him very much. Steve, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. 08081826949 or 08116052949. Those are the numbers to get through to us. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Ginika.
Good morning. Kindly move away
Good
from your
morning,
radio
our
set.
guest in the studio.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mr. Eze Eni Carlo. That voice from Abion Hase. Now, after local government area, the home hospitality #1 company in the state. You see what is happening now in Abia is what everybody has been praying, all well-meaning Abia has been praying for. And I'm happy that God really answered our prayer last election 2023 to give us a governor that has a vision, a governor that is poised to transform the state in a hurry. Now, what I've been saying in effect is this: Party A or Party B, what matters most should be how Abia will be better, how Abia will be transformed, how Abia will be developed. Whether you are an APC, the Labour Party, you are supposed to be praying for development. Any party that their interest or their ideology to fit the interest of the masses is not a good one. We see such party or such individual as an enemy to Abia progress. So if the PDP people are criticizing against anyone who has seen a good thing that is going on in Abia and is praying for sustainability, he commending our governor for him to suspend that good tempo. And anybody that's fighting against him or giving him any suspension, we have not seen that person as a good person. I'm seeing that person as an enemy. Because if you are a good person and you have a welfare of Abia at heart, you must have to be longing for good things, good development. Let Abia State be like others we have been.
Thank you so much, Eni Joko, for your contribution. Chief, the issue is this. It's obvious we need a vibrant opposition, especially in the state. Just like you said in your opening remarks, they've kept the government in power in check and on their toes as well. But with these internal wranglings, that means you'll be dealing with your issues first before you will be able to even come out to check what government in power is doing. You don't think so?
Yeah, well, my advice is this. People like us, when we talk, I hardly come this way. I just do it. But people like us who won our wards and local government will have greater stake. Nobody should destroy our platform for future action. Okay? Let me believe that it's fizzling away and that those who decide to run this kind of era will retrace their steps. Like I said, I'm not doing it. It's not because you hate any particular lesson, but you still need alternatives that are strong. And whether we like it or not, whether anybody will want, if even I'm not there, and I'm a consultant, I used to tell people PDP is deeply entrenched in the state. Like that, you put in money now, so you will see that you have about 3 strong parties in this or even 4. So to that extent, we need them. Whether governor is doing good or whatever, let him be in power. Let the other ones also.
Maybe it's what is happening at the national level that is, rolling
trickling down.
Yeah,
that is what
I don't have a national secretary now. I don't even know who is your national secretary. No, it's not national secretary.
Okay, yes.
Is it Sam Dadi or Udo Koye? Who exactly? It's because of that. That's why you remember that Senator Adolfo Awara took a position on that.
Yes.
And could it be because of that? That's why he's been punished right now.
That is what I'm saying. I told you there is a external hand, and if you know the configuration of the fight, you would have seen Abia PDP seems to, the leadership for now, seem to be anchored around a particular position. But my advice is that they must not allow it to.
All right. Simeon Mukota on our Facebook page said, I'm expecting a backlash because they made government officials to react negatively without knowing what led to the denial of the visa. Very soon, the Northerners will demand for the head of the DSS director as they did with the Women Affairs Minister. Okay. I think he's just reacting to the issue he posted earlier. He said the DSS director has said he made the Canada not to give the army chief.
No, I think
it was not right.
That is what I was
because the DSS DG should be under the NSA, who should have briefed him. Okay, look, I told you so not to give him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come out to say go to hell. From what they are saying, if actually that's what exactly.
I listened to the man. He was just like a jocular.
Okay.
He was telling him, since I have my own seminar, and somebody like you, that is just by the way. I listened to him. I saw his move.
Okay, let me sincerely thank you, former Secretary to Abia State Government, Public Affairs Analyst, and a veteran journalist, Chief Rafi. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning. Please find time to be in the studio once.
Thank you for the privilege.
Thank
I
you
thank
so
all of you and Samson and all my friends here.
All right. To all of you who called in, may God bless you. The show returns on Wednesday by 10 a.m. It is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. Let's keep praying for Abia State and Nigeria to become great. My name is Ginika Olwaha. Good morning.